Cheers folks and welcome to my channel. Today I'm posting my first video of the new variant quest Ultrons Assault, and I've decided not to record every single path on every single chapter because basically there's a couple of YouTubers out there already who are doing that, who are really showing, okay, what are the different nodes on the different paths with what champs. And also, I'm not having the same rush and speed as some of the others, so I'm not yet, directly 100% exploring everything. So what I want to do is I want to really try to focus on what are the particularly difficult fights. Over the period now, it has become clear what people most struggle with, which champions they most struggle with, and to give you really good answers so that at the end you're able to manage the really tricky fights. So I'm going to focus on that, and the first fight that I'm focusing on that today is the boss of chapter 2.3, which is a science Ultron. And what makes him tricky is really a combination of three abilities that he gets from his final boss node. The first one is that whenever you have a fatigue debuff, you lose 10% of your power every second, and if you hit him while having a fatigue debuff, you are getting 25% of Ultron's attack as damage. So when under a fatigue debuff, you can't really hit him. Then his abilities trigger 20% more often, and the way how you get the fatigue debuffs is every time that Science Ultron passively evades. And that is triggered 20% more often. So whenever he evades, he places that fatigue debuff on you. And that's what's really tricky about him, because with a fatigue debuff, you cannot hit him and you're losing power at the same time. Now, the reason why I chose Nebula is because Nebula is able, against robotics, and you see he has the hashtag robot, so he is a robot. And against robots, Nebula is able to reduce their ability accuracy by 20% per electroshock charge, meaning she can prevent him evading and prevent by 20% for each electrocharge that she has. Meaning, as soon as she has 5 charges, she reduces his ability to evade by 100%. So what you do is, in the beginning, you build up 5 electroshock charges before hitting him, actually once. Actually, here I actually hit him, but I had 4 charges already, so I reduced his ability by 80%. And then, because of the power gain actually that he also has on this node, so he has a power gain of 100%, you can easily, with a 5 combo, get him to his first or then his second special. And what you do is you just evade then his specials. What you do not want to do is parry stun him, because the moment that you parry stun him, you lose your electro charges. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping my electro charges through the entire fight and only hit him to get him to his specials, let him fire off his specials, and then counter attack him right away. Here you see with a 5 combo I get him directly again over this bar of power, and then I evade, then I wait for him again to fire off his special 1, and I attack him again, and then it's always the same method, rinse and repeat. What I don't do is I don't parry stun him. I'll keep my electro charges because that's my guarantee that he won't evade. As long as I have more than 5 electro charges, he doesn't evade. Now, what I did in the beginning of the fight, I did not even use a single special. But actually, I think what you should do is already, or what you can do already from the beginning, is as soon as you have the special 3 ready, you can fire off your special 3. It will also help getting him above the bar of power, so that he's again having his special ready that he can just fire off then. And on top, it doesn't use up any of your electroshock charges, and you can do additional damage by actually then shocking him. And I think it was only like midway through the fight that I first applied my special 3, but it does just help to do some extra damage and then to get Ultron down a little bit quicker. What you can also do is, after you, and here you see now it was at actually 63% that I first applied my special 3. Now what you can do is, when he emptied his entire power, and you do a 5 combo to get him again above the special 1 power bar. You can afterwards only hit him with like a 4 combo. I personally feel like when you afterwards do a 4 combo and then use the 5th instead of the 5th punch, back off a little, then it's easier to evade his special 1 if you feel a little bit uncomfortable evading his special 1 after a 5 combo. But that's a little bit personal. That's how everybody, you know best how you best evade his special attacks. His special attacks are the ones of a very usual vision. So he has all the moves of a normal vision. He has the heavy attack, he has the special 1 and the special 2. And basically special 1 and special 2 are both easy to evade. And you can directly counter attack after both. So that's the good thing. That's why actually it works. You don't have to actually worry about parry stunning him at all if you just continue with always the same method of immediately getting him above this 1 bar of power. Then, you will never get to the point where you're tempted to parry stun him and then by accident using up your electro charges. That will be the worst. So you just have to make sure, or if you use up your electro charges during a fight, then you have to make sure that you again build up 5 electro charges right after, before hitting him. Otherwise he does have the chance to evade. And then again, it's what I explained in the beginning. Then you get a fatigue debuff, or you have a chance to get a fatigue debuff. You're losing power, plus on top he's inflicting 25% of his attack as damage every time you hit him. So be careful with that. I think the really safest version is not to use up any of your electro charges at all. Just keep those more than 5 electro charges through the entire fight. And then at the end of it, you will prevent like that he evades at all during any moment of the fight. And the rest is really rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. And again, as I said, my recommendation is use your special 3. You can always do some extra electroshock damage when you use your special 3. And that just gets him down a little bit faster. Also, you don't even have to worry if he hits you in the block a couple of times and you're losing a little bit of health. It's the end boss fight, so you don't have to actually heal up after this fight anymore. So it doesn't matter if Nebula goes out with 1% health at the end of the fight, it's still good enough. So don't worry about that at all. Just really try to be safe, rather safe than sorry, and then you can actually take down an Ultron or solo Ultron in one go without having to revive a single time. And there he's almost down. And I used the last punches and I was ending this fight at 21%. And again, with the last fight, so nothing can happen after that. So I hope first of all, I hope that all of you have a Nebula. And now this was a 6-star Nebula, which is equal to a 5-star rank 4 Nebula. It works perfectly well with a rank 3 5-star or even with a 4-star 550 Nebula. Basically, it's just the methodology and the system that how to fight Ultron that is important. You can perfectly get him down also with any of the others. The fight will take a little bit longer, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because also there's no timing limit in how long you have to fight Ultron. So I hope I could help you with the first tricky end boss in chapter 2.3, and I wish you all the best for your clearing of the variant quests. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you're new to the channel and would like to see more videos with tips and tricks and information about how to fight specifically tricky nodes, hit the subscribe button, and I hope to see you very, very soon on my channel. Cheers, folks.